Game development kits at GDK are specialized hardware and software used to create commercial video games for game consoles. They may be partnered with game development tools, special game engine licenses, and other middleware to aid video game development. GDKs are typically not available to the public and require game developers to enter an agreement, partnership, or program with the hardware manufacturer to gain access to the hardware. As console generations pass, development kits often get sold through websites like eBay without repercussions. This is often because the console manufacturers discontinue certain development programs as time passes. Overview. In the 1980s,
computing did not involve 3D modeling or any complex programming due to the limitations of hardware. This, combined with the hobbyist nature of early computer game programming, meant that not many individuals or smaller companies would develop for consoles. Even when consoles became mainstream, such as the Nintendo Entertainment System, there was no official or publicly available GDK, since most console manufacturers would develop their games in-house. For example, Nintendo had internal development teams for both hardware and software. By the 5th generation of consoles, game development kits were developed to encourage more developers to make console games and grow the video game industry. Game development kits began as a simple way for developers to connect their computers to console hardware, allowing them to compile a software on their PC and see it play directly on a console. Once most GDKs started becoming bundled with hardware-specific software, hobbyists, or anyone not directly affiliated with a console manufacturer, would have to write their games without the specialized software to access unique features such as the Xbox One's Kinect or the Wii U gamepad. Modern game development kits often come bundled with the specialized software and are much more formalized compared to previous generation GDKs. In older generations of console gaming, developers had to make their own hardware and write games at various levels of programming, such as Assembly 1. Today, programs such as Unity 3D provide a complete software environment, and console manufacturers such as Nintendo provide polished and powerful development hardware through their developer programs. Other console manufacturers even allow the retail consoles to be used as development kits, provided that the development software is being used by the developer. 3rd generation Nintendo Entertainment System. For a significant portion of the NES lifespan, there was no official development kit. Video game developers creating games for the NES would have to make their own development kits, such as Rocket Science Production with their NES Mission Control development system. At least 2 programs were used in conjunction with the NES Mission Control hardware, Nestest.exe, which would be used to test and debug the development hardware, and HST.exe, which would be used for communication between a computer and the NES development hardware. 4th generation Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System used specialized EEPROM cartridges for development, as well as various software. Similar to the NES, developers often made their own development software or relied on middleware made by other developers. 5th generation PlayStation. There are several variations of the PlayStation development kit used for game creation. One variation of the development kit had only 3 components, while the PlayStation Ultimate Development Kit included up to 26 components, including the complete NetYaROSE development kit. 9. The NetYaROSE version of the development kit was unique in that it had some features removed and added compared to the official, complete PlayStation development kit. The NetYaROSE hardware was designed for hobbyists, while official developers would have access to the official PlayStation development kits. I.e., there was also a blue version of the PlayStation made for developers that would read burned discs to allow quick testing of image builds of their video games. While there were official PlayStation branded CDRs that could be used with the blue PlayStation, regular CDRs were also compatible with the system. Nintendo 64/64D D64 development kit consisted of multiple components, both for the N64 and its add-on, the N64DD. The main hardware used in N64 game development was the partner N64 development kit 1112 and used tall cartridges for game development testing rather than the short cartridges that were sold with retail games. Another hardware component in N64 development was the NU64 Flash Gang Writer, which allowed developers to copy data from one cartridge to multiple cartridges simultaneously. This device was primarily used to create press and test copies of games, and also relied on tall cartridges instead.